All right, if you haven't heard by now, Jay-Z has sold a majority stake in Duce for $750 million. So, first off, congratulations. Now, I thought this meant he sold his whole stake. He had a 50-50% partnership with Bacardi on the deal, but it's just a majority of his stake. So, I believe it's 26% of the company he sold, 51% of his stake. So, what does this mean and why did he do that? So, one, it meant that Duce is extremely profitable and valuable. There was a fight over the valuation of the company earlier in the year, but I think the why is more important. And the why is, I think, linked to this other news report that you saw today. So, Josh Harris, the owner of the Sixers, toured the Washington Commanders facility last week, and the round of bids are expected to start after the Super Bowl for purchasing the Washington Commanders from Daniel Snyder. So you might be thinking, hey, if Jay-Z is going to buy a piece of the Commanders, $750 million, what does that really have to do for a franchise that might go for $5 billion, $6 billion? So the list of potential buyers is out there, but the one name that everyone is watching is Jeff Bezos. So obviously Jeff Bezos has $6 billion in his couch. So why would he partner with Jay-Z on this matter? I think that people are underestimating the fact that you have to be voted in as an owner. It's not just who has the most money. And I think a lot of owners would be skeptical of working with Jeff Bezos. So Jeff Bezos obviously is, depending on the day in the stock market, the richest man in the world. He has more money than all the other NFL owners combined. If you combine all their franchises, he can buy them and still have about $100 billion left. So I think someone with this type of money scares other owners. And they don't really know him. They have a deal with Amazon Prime. He's technically not the CEO of Amazon anymore, so that doesn't really mess with anything. But there's a lot of nebulous, fairness questions that need to be asked around that. But I think tying himself to Jay-Z is symbiotic because Jay-Z has a good relationship with the NFL, good relationship with Roger Goodell. He currently does their entertainment, which they're contracting out to him. I'm sure they would love to cut that cost and say, hey, since you're an owner now, you need to be doing this for free, which I think Jay-Z would definitely do if he's a real owner. Now, you might say, hey, he's going to be a minority owner, no pun intended, to Jeff Bezos' majority owner. But I believe that this type of deal would work as, hey, Jeff Bezos is going to put the money up and he's going to let Jay-Z run it. Almost like a Derek Jeter situation with the Marlins, but with some actual power and I think some actual staying power because, Derek Jeter already bounced. So I think that Jay-Z is going to get to run the day-to-day. There might even be an option for him to slowly buy Jeff Bezos out of the Commanders' ownership, and then he will own it outright. So I think this is a good thing for the league. They've been looking for African-American diversity in their ranks, and someone like Jay-Z that they've worked with, someone who's a cultural figure, I think is pretty big. So I think that this move to sell Duce is him getting his money together because he's going to have to put a substantial amount of money, even though the team is going to probably sell for $6 billion, and he's only going to be putting up maybe $750 million. Maybe he brings in another $250 million, and it's just $1 billion. That's a lot of money, hard cash that he's putting down. And I think he's going to be a minority owner in name, but I think he's going to be the one that actually is running the day-to-day. Because Jeff Bezos, again, he has 1,000 of under interest. He wants to put, people in space. His Blue Origin project, I'm sure, is something that keeps his mind. With AI dominating the headlines, I'm sure he's going to want to start something of that nature. So I think this is a guy with a lot of different interests who's not going to be sitting there running the day to day. And I'm sure he doesn't want to just hire some coach and leave it to them. So this is a win-win. And again, it gets him in the NFL room where it might be hard for him to get in because other owners might be scared of his money. If for Jay-Z, he doesn't have the money technically to be able to purchase a team. So this is a symbiotic relationship and truly a win-win. All right, let me know what you think. The game is again.